Good morning, all. Once again. Hello. Able to hear me? Kindly respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So good morning once again, one and all. Last session, we have started with the accounts payable literature part and accounts receivable. What is the mirror image between accounts payable and accounts receivable? And we have done the basic configuration of accounts payable that we have done. I have shared the recording also. We have defined account groups and screen layouts for vendors. And same time, we have created number ranges for vendor accounts. And we have done what after creation of number ranges, we have assigned number ranges to vendor account groups. We have created domestic vendor account groups, foreign vendor account groups, clear intercompany account vendor groups, service vendor group, and as well as one-time vendor group. Clear? And after that, what we have done, we have given the tolerances for vendors. We have given the tolerances for vendors. Same thing, what we have done, the tolerances we have created in GL master GL account, GL module. The same tolerances we have defined in vendors also. So till here, any questions? Till here, any questions?
No, Naveen.
Okay. So now the same, as I said, that we are going to do the AP and AR simultaneously, AP and AR simultaneously. Okay, along with the GST. Once we are done with the GST, we are going to do the integration with MM and SD part. Okay, so now the basic configuration we have done for AP part. Now you just write it as a configuration for customers. Configuration for customers. Okay, write down accounts receivable within the bracket. Accounts receivable within the bracket. So write down first one. Same steps we need to define, but in a different way. Over there, the 4 steps configurations we have done, the basic configuration. The same thing we need to do for customers also. So first step, define account groups. Define account groups. Define account groups with screen layout. With screen layout. Customers. Customers. Okay. So write down the path here. Write down the path. SPRO. So the people who missed AP part, okay, then they can correlate with this particular step because the same steps we are going to follow, but that was for AP and this is for AR. So whoever missed the last sessions or prior to that also, so they can correlate these steps with the AP also. Okay, almost all similar. SPRO, SAP reference IMG, financial accounting new, accounts receivable, accounts receivables and accounts payable. So till here, the configuration is same. Okay, in AP, we are going to select here vendor accounts, but here we are going to select customer accounts. Customer accounts. Customer accounts. Okay, master data. Master data. Preparations for creating customer master data. Preparations for creating customer master data. From there, select define account groups. Define account groups with screen layout. With screen layout. With screen layout within the bracket customer. Within the bracket customer. Transaction code. Transaction code OBD2. OBD2. Transaction code OBD2. Okay. So again, I'll repeat. Go through once. SPRO, SAP reference IMG, SAP reference IMG. Okay. So financial accounting, new. Financial accounting, new. Okay. So here, this is the module, accounts receivable and accounts payable. Next one. So here we have, this is AP related and this is customer related. So customer accounts, and from customer accounts, we need to select master data. Next one, we need to select preparations for creating customer master data. Preparations for creating customer master data. Define account groups with screen layouts with customers. Okay, so you can see the transaction code here, OBD2. So define account groups with screen layout.
For vendor, Naveen, for vendor it's OBD3, right?
Sorry?
For vendor it is OBD3. For accounts payable it is OBD3. T code is.
Did I? Hello? Somebody
Yes,
asked.
Naveen. My question is, for customer it is OBD2 and
Sorry,
for vendor it is OBD3, right? T code will be
OBD2, right? Define account groups with screen layout, select and press new entries. Press new entries. Okay, our company code is Ultra, right? Okay, so here, so what we are going to do, I'll give it as an UD, okay, UDCS, Ultra Domestic Customers. Ultra Domestic Customers. So we are creating here screen layouts. So here, Ultra, you remember, right? Domestic customers. Ultra. Okay. So like vendor AP, we have customers also, we have 3 tabs. Which tab is our tab? Which tab is our tab in this? Which tab is ours in this 3?
general data.
Sorry?
General data tab.
General data.
Company code data.
Company code data.
Company code data. Ours is company code data.
It's customer sales.
Sales data. 3 are there. You said 3. General data and sales data is related to SD consultant. It's not our job. Okay. General data and sales data is related to SD consultant job. Only company code data is our data, our tab. Okay. These two, remember this again. General data and sales data is taken care by SD consultant. It's not our area. Our area is only company code data. Clear? Okay. Only. So double click on account, double click on company code data, write it down. Double click on company code data and double click on account management. Double click on account management. Okay. So same thing. What are the things we will make it as a required entry in vendor? What are the things we made it as an required entry for vendor?
Cancellation account.
Okay, next.
Short key.
Sorry,
Sort key. Sort key.
sort key. And
Then we need to click on next group from top.
okay. So just make that the reconciliation account.
Required entry.
Reconciliation account is make it as a required entry. And sort key also make it as a required entry.
Yes.
Everyone, please write it down. Reconciliation account, it's very important. So whenever we are doing same thing, for vendor also, we are going to make the same thing. If somebody has missed vendor account configuration, so you can see here, the reconciliation account, we will make it as a required entry and sort key as a required entry. And next one, click on next group button. Click on next group button. Click on this is next group button normally. Click on. So here terms of payment.
Terms of payment required entry.
Terms of payment, make it as a required entry.
Required entry.
So customer and vendor, the same options we are going to select. Okay, click on save button. Click on save button. So what are the things we have made it mandatory? Reconciliation account, terms of payment and sort. So here. Okay. Ours is Ultra. Okay. So what? So we can copy the same thing to other groups also. So write down. Copy to other groups also. So press back button. Press back button. So instead of creating again, so the same features, whatever features we have, company code data, whatever options we have selected, with this other groups we need to maintain. So for that, press back button, write down, press back button. See here, ultra domestic customers. Okay, ultra domestic customers, select, write down, select ultra domestic customers. Select ultra domestic customers. Okay. UDCS. Next here, there is a button called copy as button. Copy as button. So instead of creating new entries, we are just copying all attributes from UDCS. So copy as button. Okay. So here I'm just changing UFCS, which means that foreign customers. Foreign customers. Foreign customers. Write down. Account group is UFCS and ultra foreign customers. Ultra foreign customers. Okay. Press and press. So here you can say number of entries copied. So here UDCS. So here you can see here foreign service. So if you check company code data, account management. So here required entry is made it as a mandatory. Sorry, reconciliation account made it as a mandatory. Sort key is also made it mandatory. If you click on next button, terms of payment also mandate. So what we did, just we have copied. In the same way, we will copy to other groups also. Other groups also. So press back button. So select UFCS and click on copy as button. Click on copy as button. So I would like to create service customers who will take services from us. Who will take services from us. Service customers. Service customers. Press enter. Now you can see service customers are created. Ultra service customers, and select copy as, select USCS and click on copy as button. Click on. So intercompany, ultra, intercompany customers. Ultra, intercompany. Intercompany customers. Okay, intercompany customers, write it down. Okay, press enter. Okay, you can see here. And as I said that, click save it. We have created 4 groups. One is UDCS group, UFCS group, UICS group, service vendor, service customers. And in vendor, we had one more group called one-time vendor group, right? Okay, as I explained earlier also, in customers, we don't have any one-time customers. Because why we don't have, in the sense, once we have done cash and carry, they will pay the cash and the account will be closed then and there itself. So we don't maintain any data for one-time customers. Clear? But when it comes to vendor, why one-time vendor we will maintain, in the sense, whenever we take a services or whenever we purchase some goods or raw material, so we will have some warranty and guarantee, even though we paid one-time vendor. So to get those details, what we will do is we will maintain the data of that one-time vendor. Clear? But in customer aspect, we won't maintain any one-time customer data. Is that clear? Any questions? See, normally one-time vendor we will have, but one-time customer we don't have. Again, I'm reiterating. Clear? So why we want to maintain one-time customer data, in the sense, why we maintain one-time vendor? Who is a one-time vendor? Means people think that we purchase only for once. No, you're not purchasing only for once, but you may purchase again and again from that particular vendor, but not on a credit basis. Not on credit basis. Because I observed many people, when I asked one time, who is a one-time vendor, in the sense, people say that only once we purchase with that particular vendor, and after that we won't do any transactions. No, it's not that correct. See, what do you mean by one-time vendor here? Whenever we purchased instead of credit, okay, whenever we are making a cash transaction to that particular vendor, okay, then that particular vendor is considered as a one-time vendor. One-time vendor means we don't send any sort of repayment, this thing, dunning and everything to remind us. We won't receive any reminders from that particular vendor, right? Because he is paying cash and he is taking goods or services. But same time, we are also sell goods or services to customer on cash basis, right? At that particular point of time, we want to maintain that particular, normally in general, that is considered as a one-time customer. But we don't maintain one-time customer data in our systems, SAP systems. Why? Because in vendor, why we maintain? Because even though we are purchasing by paying cash transaction, but still in that particular goods or services, right, or a material, we will have some sort of warranty and guarantee. Right? If something happened to that particular product or some particular services, then what we will do is, okay, we will return them. Right? So that's the reason to make from whom we have purchased, right? From whom we have taken the service, goods or services. So to maintain that, we will maintain that one-time vendor data. But customer, it's not required. Customer will maintain in his books of accounts, he will maintain our data. Is that clear? Any questions here?
Yep, very clear.
Okay. So we have created domestic, foreign, intercompany, and services. Okay. Write down next one. Create number ranges for customer accounts. Next step. Create number ranges for customer accounts.
Hello.
Create number ranges for customer accounts. If somebody is not talking, kindly create number ranges for customer accounts. Path, same as above. Path, same as above. Preparations for till, sorry, path same as above till preparations for creating customer master data. Creating customer master data. And from there select, define account groups, create number ranges, for customers accounts, transaction code XDN1, transaction code XDN1. Okay, transaction code XDN1, and these are the common transaction codes for GL module or AP module or AR module. Okay, and same for asset accounting also. So go to the path, press back button. Okay.
Naveen, for vendor it is K, right? XKNN. For customer it is XDN1. Only the difference.
That is only, but it will start with XK. That you will understand, right? K means what?
K means for vendor, X means D
K
means
means creditor. So here you will have. See here again, remember, whenever we get here K and D in the sense, K is nothing but a creditor, D is nothing but your debtor. K is creditor is nothing but your vendor, D is debtor is nothing but your customer. Why I said it's the same in the sense, hope you understand this, the terminology. K and D, that's the reason I said same. Okay, click on execute button. Click on IMG activity execute button. So here also we need to check in real time, it's not required. In real time, the number ranges, we are not supposed to check the availability number ranges, but we are practicing on training server. So the majority people would have used this number ranges already. Okay, so that's the reason we need to check the availability of number ranges. Okay, click on change intervals button. Click on change intervals button. Okay. Okay. So 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll give here 55 is not that. Okay. I'll give it as an UD, domestic customer. I'll give it as an 55 lakhs. We will check whether it works or not. 5599. Next one. Let me check whether we are using the term. Okay, I'll take it as a domestic foreign. 56 I'll take. So remember this number ranges. I'll just change the number here. Okay, UF, UD, UF. What is the other one we have? UF, UD, UI.
US, UI, UO.
Okay. US, I'll take it as in 55, nothing but 57. So this is the only challenge we will have here in training environment. Next one, last but not least, we have UI. UI, I'll take it as in 58.
Sorry, Navin, you have created UD, UF, US
Sorry?
way earlier.
Can you please speak out a little?
Did you created the UD, UF, US, UI earlier in the last class?
Rashekar, I'm not able to hear you. Even though you are logging with two these things, but still I'm not able to hear.
Did you created UD, UF, US, UI earlier?
That is for vendor, right? We have given.
From where you have given UD, UF, US?
See, here it is
Just-
accepted. UD, UF, UI, and US. Just write it down.
we are giving here manually. Did we
Sorry,
create it? We are giving manually UD, UF here, or did we create it earlier?
We are giving manually here. So then after you can
you
extend
have
that.
seen, right? I have entered the numbers manually, right?
Numbers fine. UD, UF. Just
A
I'm
bit
asking.
louder, please.
No, I'm asking about the UD, UF. We are only giving here. That's it.
Who has given here?
No, it was that earlier created like UD, UF, or just we are entering UD, UF here.
Who is speaking here?
Rashekar.
Sorry,
Rashekar.
I didn't get you, Rashekar.
What I'm saying is UD, UF, UI, US. We just entered manually here, or did we create it earlier?
We have manually entered here, right?
Okay, okay,
I have just started customer accounts right now only in front of you, right?
okay, fine.
It shows your practice.
No. What I'm saying is, last class I
See,
was not
last
there.
class in the sense I made it very clear. Last class, I said I have created a vendor group only. We have not touched the AR part.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah, please write it out. I'm sorry. Please write it down. Once you're done, let me know. So UD, domestic vendor group, UF, foreign, UI, US. Once you're done, let me know. Okay, once you're done, is it done?
Yes, Navin.
Yeah, then click on save button. Click on save button. Okay, click on save button. So just ignore this warning message because it will not be transported. It's a client level. Next one, the changes were saved. Next step. Next step. Assign number ranges to customer account groups. Next step. Assign number ranges to customer account groups. Path same as above. Path same as above. Path same as above. Path same as above. Okay, I'll show you here or else. Path same as above. Till preparation for creating customer master data. Till preparations for creating customer master data. And from there, select assign number ranges. Assign number ranges to customer account groups. Customer account groups. Transaction code OBAR. Transaction code OBAR. So I'm just saving once again. So transaction code OBAR. Assign number ranges to customer account, whatever account groups we have created earlier. So those number ranges we are going to assign to groups, those groups. So transaction code OBAR. OBAR. Assign number ranges to transaction code OBAR. Next, writer. Click on position button. Click on position button. What is my first account group? What is my first account group for customers?
You
UDCS.
Sorry,
Yes.
UDCS.
Yes.
UDCS.
So here you can see here UDCS, UFCS, UICS, USCS. Okay, so here, so we can give the number range key here. So if you don't remember, then go with UD. You can see here the number ranges. UD, UF, next one UI, and USCS. So what happens? So whatever number ranges we have group here, we are defining assigned. So we are integrating this group with these number range groups. Clear? So next what happens whenever we post any document in customer accounts, so we will create customers and we are going to link between whether it is a domestic customer, then we will mention it as a domestic customer. If we will see that later, but I'm heads up in front, I'm saying that for example, you are creating for foreign customer, then you are going to select group called foreign customer. So whenever we post an entry with the foreign customer entry, okay, then whatever number ranges we have taken, whatever number ranges we have taken, so from that number range, the first document, second document will be get generated because we have selected as an internal number ranges. Clear? Any questions here? Any questions? Just write it down.
No.
So just write it down as it is. UDCS, UFCS, UICS, USCS. So click on save button. Click on save button. So we are in Ultra. That's it. Next one, last step. Tolerances. Define tolerance groups for customers. Yeah, define tolerance groups for customers. Path same as above. Path same as above till accounts receivables and accounts payables. Sorry. Yeah. Accounts receivables and accounts payables. From there, select business transactions. Business transactions. incoming payments. Next, incoming payments. Next, manual incoming payments. Manual incoming payments. Define tolerances within the bracket customers. Transaction code OBA3. Transaction code OBA3. Leave some space. Okay. Back. Financial accounting new. So accounts receivables, accounts payables, accounts receivables and accounts payables. Right. Next. Business transactions. Business transactions. Business transactions. Incoming payments. Incoming payments. Next one. Here, manual incoming payments. Select manual incoming payments. Okay, so here we have different. So here, define tolerances for customers. Transaction within the bracket customers and write down transaction code OBA3. Transaction code OBA3. So click on execute button. Click on execute button. Click on execute button. Click on execute button. Okay. Click on IMG activity execute button. Press new entries. Press new entries. Press new entries. Give your company code. What is our company code here? UT01 if I'm not wrong. Okay, UT01. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Write down a note here. See, what does it mean in the sense? Whatever tolerances we have defined for vendor, that is applicable to customers also. Okay, if you see here, tolerance groups. So here you can see here. 1 second. We have already defined in the vendor. See here. So here, tolerance group we have not taken here. So we left the tolerance group as blank. Clear? We have created company codes and we have created tolerance groups. So either you are created tolerance group, either vendor or customer. That is applicable for both. If you create for AP, okay, and you kept a tolerance group as in blank, normally we will leave it as in blank only. Then that will be applicable for both AP and AR as well. Clear? Write down. Write down. Write down a note here. Write down a note here. If we define blank tolerance group for vendor, if we define blank tolerance group for vendor, or vendors, then no need to define, tolerance group for customers. Tolerance group for customers. It will be applicable. It will be applicable. It will be applicable for both vendor and customers. Full stop. Again, you have a confusion then. Similarly, if we define blank tolerance group for customers, then no need to define for vendors. So here tolerance group, we left it blank for vendor. So it is applicable for customers also. First you are doing AR and you have defined customer tolerance groups. Okay, you left it blank, then you need not to do anything in AR. So the same notes I have mentioned in Word document also. Okay, if we define blank tolerance groups for vendor, then no need to define tolerance groups to customers, right? The same thing, it is applicable for vendor also. Any questions here?
So if we have defined the tolerance group, some tolerance group, the same tolerance group should be defined to AR also.
Sorry,
If we have given this tolerance group for AR, AP,
we have not created, we left the blank, right? Tolerance group.
no, if we have given anything there for
No,
AP,
then if you want to create any tolerance group, but normally in real time, we won't create any tolerance groups. Okay, if you want your client instance, then for 100%, that would be a different tolerance group for vendor, and that would be a different tolerance group for customer.
okay,
If it is same, then that's the reason we will leave it blank.
okay.
If it is different, then definitely we are going to define.
Okay, fine. Got it.
Clear? Any other questions from anyone?
No, Namni.
Okay. Okay, next one. Now, write down, put a heading as an AP AR document types. AP AR document types. So here we have total 8 document types, 4 in AP document types and 4 AR document types. Okay, this is another important concept, document types. So here already SAP has provided all the document types. Okay, but still we need to have a path. We are not going to change anything. Then we are going to see here, define. Okay, write down first one, step number 1, define document types for entry view. Hope you remember entry view and GL view.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Write down entry view, define document types for entry view. Write down the path. If you are good at GL module, then again I'm reiterating 80% other modules can be completed without any problem. Only the excess part will be there, 20%, that's it. Because hope you remember on our document types we have done in GL modules also, same entry view and entry view in ledger, general ledger view and all. SPRO,
Yes, Naveen.
Yes.
Yes, Naveen.
SPRO, SAP reference IMG, SAP reference IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting new, financial accounting global settings new, financial accounting global settings new. Next one, document types, next one, define document types for entry view in a ledger. Define document types for entry view in a ledger. Entry view in a ledger. I'm very, very sorry. Define document types for entry view. We have not completed this, right? Define document types for entry view. Transaction code OBA7. Transaction code OBA7. Okay. So till here it is a classic only AP also, not a new GL accounting concept. This is old GL accounting on. So I'll go with the path. So same SPRO.
For both AP and AR, the same, right? Different document types for entry view.
Sorry,
This is for both AP and AR, right? Accounts payable and receivable.
I said right, 4 different document types for AP and 4 for
Totally.
AR. Am I not audible?
Just
You
we
are-
can hear you.
That's what, because just now I told, right, 4 different document types.
We told, but when we writing the heading, it was mentioned as only entry view. That's the reason I asked. You are not mentioned the
I
right.
don't understand
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the question is. Okay, it's okay. SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting global settings new. Financial accounting global settings new. Document types, and here define document types for entry view. Transaction code OBA7. Okay, you can see here only transaction code is for this, and these are new GL accounting. So select here. Next, click on position, but so click on execute. Next one, click on position button. Click on position button. So all the document types for vendor we have, it will start with K, and all the document types for customers, it will start with D. If you want, you can write it down. All the document types, all in the sense only 4 document types. Again, if you say all in the sense 4 document types for AP, which starts with letter K. And customer document types, it will start with D. Okay, here I'll start with KR. Okay, so I'm giving it as a document type KR. So SAP standard provided, we need not to create any document types for entry view. So you can see here. So select document types KR. Select document types KR. Select document type KR and select detailed button, details button. Select details button. Click on details button. Please write it down. This as it is. The number range key 19. Reverse document type KA. The reverse document type KA. Account types allowed, assets, vendor, material, GL. So here we will select negative postings permitted. In real time, we won't select this because I want to show you the negative postings like GL. So here also in vendor and customer accounts, I would like to show you negative postings, how it works, and intercompany postings. Select this. Customer accounts, we won't select because it is AP. Just write it down. document type KR, vendor invoice, number range is 19, reverse document type KA, account types allowed, except the customer, all other accounts, control data. So in real time, we won't select. Again, I'm reiterating, negative postings permitted, we won't select. But I would like to show you the reversal difference between negative postings, because I've shown you in GL also, right? The same way I want to show you in APAR, the reverse, what is the difference between negative posting and as well as a reversal postings. Number range ki 19 K document type. So click on save button. Okay. Next one. Okay. So next one, write down KG. 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 KG is nothing but debit, vendor debit memo. Write down KG. See here. Normally it should be vendor debit memo, but here it is showing it as a credit memo. As I said earlier also, in SAP, it will show it as a credit memo, but in real time, manual accounting, we call it as a debit memo, purchase returns. Whatever we purchases, we are returning it, then that is considered as a debit memo. So instead of that, so you can make this as a debit memo, then that would be easy for you to understand. I'm changing this debit memo. Okay, select this, select KG document type and click on details button. Okay, so here, okay, you can select here same KG vendor debit memo, number range is 17, KA asset vendor material GL account and select intercompany. Here also. So any questions still here? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Naveen, in real
Next
time.
is 17,
Hello.
because document type KA. Yes, sir.
Yeah, in real time, it will show as a vendor credit memo only. In real time,
Sorry?
vendor debit memo. In real time.
In real time?
Real time vendor debit memo will show or vendor credit memo show?
No, in real time, it will show vendor credit memo.
Oh, okay.
SAP, but the customer, see, whatever client you are going to implement SAP, then they will have a confusion if you say it has a vendor credit memo. Because according to him, credit memo is nothing but a sales returns. I think I have explained that. Clear? And as per SAP, credit memo means sales returns. But as per normally, we won't sell to vendor. We will purchase from vendor and we may return to vendor. So then that returns we are supposed to call, as per manual accounting, we are supposed to call it as a debit memo or debit note. Debit memo or debit note. Clear?
Yes.
But SAP, they have taken it as a vendor credit memo. In SAP, standard SAP. Clear? If you say a credit memo for purchase returns, because customer will have, your client will have a good knowledge on his business process and as well as a core accounting. Clear? And if you say debit memo as a credit memo, the credit memo as a debit memo, definitely he will take a left and right.
Yes.
Because he will get a doubt on our accounting part. Clear? So that's the reason I'm insisting you to remember this KG vendor. Whether you can change it in real time or not, it's according to your will and wish as per your situation. But again, I'm reiterating you, wherever I went, okay, I'll change this and I'll explain the customer clearly. So what is a credit memo, credit note, debit memo, debit note clearly? What is the difference? And sometimes we get a knowledge from customer also. If you are taking it as a vendor credit memo and you left it blank and you are just saving it, then definitely will come to you. Why you are saving it as a credit memo, vendor credit memo? What do you mean by vendor credit memo? What would be your answer? Why normally you will receive a credit memos from vendor? Right, while invoice processing, why you will receive vendor credit memos?
He's
Yeah,
paying
when
the
the customer return the goods.
Correct. What kind of return is that?
Is it, it's relating to damage of the goods or received?
No, I'm asking what kind of returns are that?
Yeah, is our company point of view, are asking?
That could be any reason, but what kind of return is that?
Sales
purchase
return.
returns.
Sorry?
Purchase returns.
Purchase returns,
Yes.
right? Whenever we are calling it as in purchase returns, then definitely it is not a credit memo. Remember that. What is a debit memo? What is the difference between debit memo and debit note? Or credit memo or credit note?
Debit memo and debit note, I think both are same, right?
No, debit memo, why we are not calling it as a debit note then? What do you mean by debit note? When we will prepare a debit note? Yeah, Rashekar, when we prepare a debit note? Shravan,
No, we are paying
already we have done this. That's the reason I'm asking you.
debit note is we are paying the amount to
A
the
bit louder, Rashekar.
debit note is we are paying the amount to the supplier for the services we have received.
Okay.
Debit memo is like there are damage in the goods and we are getting the amount back. It's a purchase returns.
Purchase returns, you will give it the back money.
No, they will give us the back. They will
We will give it the
the,
back.
no, they will give the amount back for the damaged goods.
So on purchases,
Yes.
what do you mean by purchases?
Purchases for example, we have ordered some of the raw materials from the supplier.
Mhm.
So we will purchase that material from the supplier. That is the purchase.
Perfect. Okay. You are returning, then you will pay the amount or they will pay the amount.
Purchase returns, we have purchased and we are returning back to the supplier. They need to pay the money back.
Debit memo
is-
is nothing but not like
That
we
is a
purchase
debit
some
memo.
goods and we are returning to them. So from them we need to receive the money.
Yeah, purchase returns amount we are getting back. That is a debit memo.
What is a debit note? I'm asking.
Debit note is the services we have received. We are not selling back.
Achha, debit memo is related to goods and debit note is not related to services. What do you mean?
No. What I'm saying is debit note is whatever the services, whatever we purchase, we are paying back the amount we are paying back to the supplier. Debit note.
Mhm.
Debit memo is maybe there are some discrepancies in terms of goods or services not required. So we are returning back those services, whatever services, and they are paying back the amount
They will back to whom?
to company.
To us or to
Company.
who is company here?
The client.
Who is the client here?
I mean, for example, Infosys.
No. What you are in this role? I'm asking you.
We are a consultant.
We are the consultant, right? So you are doing configuration or implementation for a ABC company, correct?
Yes.
Right. So tell me about in viewpoint of ABC company. What is a debit memo for ABC company and what is a debit note for ABC company?
Yeah. Debit note for ABC company is the amount they need to pay to their suppliers for receiving the raw material or the services from the supplier. That is a debit note. Once the supplier is given the services to the ABC company, they will raise a debit note. Okay, we will process the debit note and ABC company will pay the amount to the supplier. Okay, and coming to the debit memo, ABC company they receive the services from the supplier, but there are the goods damage in transit and they do not require the services. So in that case, like if, for example, goods damaged, and for that, we will ABC company will raise the debit memo. Okay, ABC company will raise the debit memo. For that, supplier will give the amount back to the ABC company.
But I didn't understood what is the difference between a debit note and a credit note. You are mapping both as one and the same.
The credit note.
I'm not asking credit note here. Don't pull my leg for credit note. I'm asking a simple, whatever you said, debit memo and debit note. What is the difference? I didn't understood. You said both are damaged, both are returned. Then whatever amount
I'm
you are
saying
paying
is
or receiving, I didn't understood even that also. You said
debit.
that we raise a debit memo, we raise a debit note.
No. What I'm saying, I think so. Debit note will be raised by the supplier to the
Okay.
company, ABC company.
Why
So
he will raise? Why he will raise?
for giving the services, they have given the services, and they will
Then
raise a
what is invoice then?
debit note is an invoice only.
Achha, debit note and invoice is one and the same.
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes, debit note is a invoice is one and the same.
Everyone accepts, is it same? Whoever are there in AP part and user,
Debit note
No,
issued by
no,
the
actually debit
purchaser.
note we will raise in different scenarios, but invoice we'll get from the vendor. So
did
whatever
debit
we
note raised by the supplier any point of time?
No, debit note will be raised by the supplier, sorry, purchaser, and credit note will be raised by vendor.
That's what I think. I have taken a session completely on debit note and credit note part. How it is a differ from your this thing.
No, invoice from whom we will get the invoice? We will receive the invoice from the supplier only, right?
Shravan, right? Yeah, Shravan, tell me the debit note and credit note.
Rajshekhar, invoice will be raised by the supplier only. So
Okay.
sometimes we will receive, instead of invoice, we will receive as a debit note also.
Why? Why he will mention it as a debit note?
The
Will
supplier
you process if it is you receive as a
No.
debit note? Will you
No.
process?
I mean, whatever the debit note is usually the returns, right? But the
That's what I'm
invoice is
saying.
the
I'm shocked because the people are very experienced. I'm not blaming, because people are experienced and they are saying that invoice and debit note is one and the same.
no, it is not.
Okay, you mean debit memo and debit note is same? You're saying?
Debit note and
I
debit
think
memo is same.
there is a little bit confusion, Naveen. Whatever we are getting from vendor, that can be invoices only. So I think wherever debit note we are issuing from our end, so that is based on the maybe that is refund of amount as well as the maybe shortage of material that we can raise in debit note. But when comes to the supplier point of view, so they will raise only invoices only, right? So once they okay with the
That's
goods,
what I'm saying. Why, apart from invoices, why they will raise a debit note, something kind of thing?
See, what invoices we will get from the
Sorry?
supplier? Invoices we will receive from the supplier. But what I have just clarification. Debit note and debit memo is same. You're saying?
No, I want, what do you mean by debit memo and debit note? You said both invoice and the debit note is one and the same.
Debit note is a
Debit
yeah,
note and
debit note
debit
is
memo are same.
one second.
yeah,
Debit note is a document created by a buyer when returning goods on credit. Goods received on credit.
Yeah, because I clearly, like last before sessions, but when the same concept, not same concept, when the GL part it was there, I have explained what is a debit, negative postings and all. I have explained clearly that what is the difference between a debit note, invoice, credit note, debit memo, and credit memo. What are the valid documents while we are getting from the vendor? And I've clearly mentioned what are the things will be mentioned in the debit note and a credit note. Because I said clearly in the GL, we call it as a vendor debit memo. In SAP, they have taken wrong as a credit memo. Okay, just go through once those videos. If you won't get it, then definitely tomorrow again we will have a small session on this debit memo and debit note. Clear?
Okay.
Yes, no?
Yes.
See, if I ask any questions, I won't get answers. Shravan, Shravan and Rashekar, is that okay?
Yes, we will refer.
Yes.
Okay.
But whatever you said is, means you just write it down, whatever you said, and tomorrow you just compare. Or if you are going through the recordings, that's the reason I'm asking you to do the practice as much as possible. The completion of the topic will not be a challenge for me. But if these kind of questions, whenever I'm repeating, I'm getting these kind of answers.
Yes,
This
we
is the
will-
basic intermediate first year. This particular concept will come. And even number of times I have explained this particular when we have done the accounting sessions. Because without understanding this, if you are going forward also, it's absolutely waste. The point why, because people are on the road after completion of the course, in the sense, same problem. Whenever I ask you people, I'm giving a break, you practice in the sense, whenever I said you are practicing in the sense, you people are answering that, please don't bother about us, you just complete your course.
Yes, we will take care of that. No
Sorry?
problem. We will take care of that part, Naveen. No
Why
problem.
you're not taking care of it, boss? After reminding any number of times,
Yes,
you will just come back with the sessions are not going on, that's it.
No,
And its credit memo is nothing but it is in SAP we call it as a
No,
debit
whatever
report.
answer you just put on the paper today and
Yes,
let
I
me
have
know
given.
when or go through those videos, recordings, or tomorrow, once again, I'll explain what is a debit note, what is a credit note, when we use this. Clear? Yeah, just write it down. Because of these things, definitely our time will go. Okay, write down. The number range key, the number range would be 17. Reverse document type, KA. Okay. Okay, just write it down. Is it done, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So click on save button. And one more thing I would like to tell you in KR document. We have already completed KR document type, but again, I'll tell you one checkbox we need to put KR document type, which I have not shown earlier. So KR document type. Okay, KR. So so we need to put a checkbox for reference. See here, this particular thing we need to put a checkbox, which I forgot to mention here. We need to check a reference number here. Okay, required during document entry. Required during document entry. What does it mean? So here, whenever we are posting an entry, vendor invoice, okay, then compulsory we need to enter reference number. Without a reference in account assignment, whatever we are making it as an optional required, right? Over there, we want to find a reference number. That particular option, you will have all the date and everything. Okay, a profit center and everything, but you won't find a reference number. So if you keep reference number checkbox here, only for this, only for KR document, vendor invoice. If you keep reference number, then what does it will do is, without giving reference number, the system will not allow you to go to next. Is this clear? Only for KR document type, we are going to do it. Reversal, automatically it will pick. We need not to mention any reference number. Yes, no. So KR document type, whatever you wrote, under that, just write it down. Reference number. Mandatory field. Clear. So you try it out. If you are working as an end user without reference number, try to post one vendor invoice. Whether system allows you or not, kindly check. Mandatory, we need to give the reference numbers. Okay. See,
Yes.
in GL module, whatever we saw, we didn't made it as a required entry in GL module reference number. Without reference number also, we have posted few entries. Clear? It was not asking as a mandatory field over there in GL module. But here in AP module, this option will be there. Right? So you need to check a reference number. So while posting vendor invoice, then it will show it as a mandatory field reference number. Okay. So in real time also for GL module, we don't require the reference number. But in KR, vendor AP, this is a mandatory checkbox, which we need to do it. Clear? The reconciliations will be done with the invoices. The reconciliations will be done with the document numbers like that. So that's the reason, just make it this reference number as a mandatory field. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions here? What is
No.
reference number here? What do you mean by reference number?
Invoice number.
Yes, invoice number. Means whenever we purchase a material or services from vendor, he will give some invoices to us. In that, there is a number will be there. In general, we call it as a bill number, right? Or invoice number. So here we call it as a reference number. On image, we call it as an invoice number because that will be given as an invoice. So one more question I have, what is the difference between invoice and a pro forma invoice?
Pro forma is different, invoice is different.
Sorry.
So pharma is nothing but a statement. It is a statement kind of thing.
Statement? No, it's not a statement.
It's a
So on statement, it will be,
payment doc.
1 second. On statement, it will be mentioned as a statement only.
Pro forma is like
Sorry?
pro forma is
Estimation cost.
No.
agreement between the supplier and
So
the,
like a reminder kind of thing.
So-
Pro forma invoice.
It's a down payment.
No.
pro forma is a contractual agreement between the services.
What
kind of
is
a service-
purchase order then?
Yeah, before pro forma is before raising the invoice. So what are the goods and all? So that kind of a details will be there on the pro forma.
In purchase order also the same thing, right? Purchase order, according to my knowledge, purchase order is nothing but sales order or purchase order. Purchase order is nothing but the agreement between supplier and company. That is nothing but us. That is called purchase order. What is it will be there? The agreement, what is the quantity of goods has to be ordered? What is the quantity goods has been delivered? What is the amount? All the stuff will be mentioned in the order. That's the reason we raise an order. Service order will also the same thing.
Yeah, purchase order is the only initial document. After that, maybe let's say purchase order documented for the 1000 kgs. Maybe 1000 kgs may not be supplied in one go.
That's what I'm asking. Okay, that's enough. But all the agreements will be written either in purchase order if it is a material related, or if it is a service related, then it will be written in service order.
Right.
Correct. Either purchase order is nothing but the material contract. Service is nothing but a service agreement, service contract agreement. Then what do you mean by pro forma invoice?
Yeah, pro forma invoices, some cases, they
Quotation kind of thing.
It's an estimation or quotation for the customer
Yes.
provided to the customer.
See, normally, whatever you said is right. Pro forma invoice is nothing but, see, there will be original invoice, original bill, we call it as an invoice. and same time, as you said, quotation, right? Or for example, there are different business will be there. Sole trader, for example, partnership or sole trader. And apart from that, we have a joint venture or a consignment businesses. Normally, we are selling the goods at the time of selling the goods. At the time of selling the goods, we will give goods or services to customer. We will give goods or services to customer. Along with that, we will give a bill, correct? We are selling the goods. We are selling the goods. So along with selling the goods, what are the things we will give? Goods or services, we will give it to our customer. Okay. And same time, or we will receive from our supplier, goods or services from our supplier. And same time, we will receive an invoice, a bill, right? At the time of purchase or sale, right? Same time, you are doing a business. You are doing a consignment business. For example, I'm taking an example. That's it. You are doing a consignment business. So what do you mean by consignment? Consignment business is nothing but, so whatever goods or services, okay, whatever goods or services, for example, your head office or branch office is in Hyderabad, and you have your whatever goods or services you are selling in Hyderabad, it is having a more and more demand in Mumbai. More and more demand in Mumbai. So what you will do, either what you can do, you can go to the Mumbai, you can sell your goods and services there. If you go there, then your original market head office, where your origin is there, that may get affected if you depend on someone. Clear? So what we will do is, at that particular point of time, what we are going to do is, here we will be there in Hyderabad only, but we are going to appoint an agent. Appoint an agent over there. Okay. And what we will do, we will ask him to sell on behalf of us the goods or services, sell on behalf of us. Okay. And for that, he is going to get a commission. So what we will send, we will not selling him. We are going to send the goods to him. We are going to send the goods. We are not selling him. We are sending the goods to him. Okay. See, sale and the sending, consignment. See, once you do the sale, then the ownership right will be transferred from seller to buyer. Correct? But here we are sending the goods to him. We are not selling. Then the only goods will transfer, but the ownership right will remain the same with seller only. Clear? So here we will prepare an invoice. Okay, but it's not an invoice. It is it's look like an invoice. It's look like an invoice, but it's not an invoice. Clear? That's the reason pro forma, we call it as in the meaning, English meaning pro forma. Right? The pro forma is nothing but how invoice looks. The same thing, whatever we are sending along with the goods to our agent, then we won't send the real invoice. We are going to send the pro forma invoice to our agent. Copy of invoice looks like an invoice. That's the reason majority organizations, end user companies, will not process the pro forma invoices. Majority, I'm saying, not all. So you should get an idea, what do you mean by pro forma invoice? It's not an original invoice. It looks like an invoice, but not an invoice. So 99% SLAs, what agreement it will be then? Only invoices.
So in pro forma invoices, I saw in mostly export-import cases.
Correct.
So in export-import case, what happens, along with the goods, they need to send the invoice copy.
Yes.
That time, that is not a final invoice.
Correct.
They will send the only pro forma invoice.
Yes.
So everything, goods transmission is completed and everything is okay. Inspection and everything, then they will send the original invoice. That case, we can see the pro forma invoices versus original invoices. Mainly difference.
Why you will receive a pro forma invoices in the sense whenever
terms and conditions may not be changed, but only thing is why it is required means along with the goods they need to send an invoice copy.
Because you are sending export, right? Your exporter should know what are the things you are sending. All to whom you are sending. Everything it should be mentioned on the pro forma invoice. Again, I'm reiterating, it looks like an invoice, but it's not an invoice. As per the legal documenting, legal thing, pro forma invoices are not valid. You can straight away reject them. Pro forma invoices. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
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 Yes, Naveen.
Thank you. So next, again, I'm saying it's a reference number is very important here. Only for KR document. Okay. So we are making it as an, right? So KG already we have noted down. Next one, KZ or KZ, whatever. Okay. Okay. So next one, KZ vendor payment. Select KG vendor payment. Okay. So here, write down the number range 15. Reverse document type KA. Okay. Here we are going to select customers also. Clear? Number range key, write it down. Reverse document type. And remaining all are same. We won't select reference number here, but you can select here customer account type. Why in the sense? It's a vendor payment. Why we are selecting customer here?
Because the vendor become the customer.
See,
also.
sometimes what you will do is you have purchased a raw material from your vendor. Okay, your vendor, and the same vendor you are after receiving raw material, you are making them into finished goods. And this particular vendor who is supplying your raw material, then he may purchase the final good or finished goods from you, from us. Clear? So initially when he is supplying the raw material, he is our vendor. But when we are sending them, we are selling the finished goods. So the same vendor will become your customer also. So that's the reason we are selecting this particular option. Only for the payments. Clear, everyone? Vendor versus customer or customer versus vendor. So the same vendor may be your customer, the same customer may be your vendor. Clear, everyone? Any questions?
No.
Write down.
No.
Okay, so same party may be buying the goods and same party will sell. So here purchases minus sales or sales minus purchases, the net amount we need to pay or we need to receive from the vendor or customer. Okay, so write down this. So I'll show you that vendor versus customer treatment. Okay, that examples we have created, vendor versus customer. That's the reason we have selected. So in real time also we need to select this. Fine. Just note it down. Number range key, reverse document type, customer checkbox. That is the only extra we have. So click on save button. Now last but not least, KE. KA. So same thing. KA also the same thing what we did at KZ. So here select customer. So here make KA as an I'll go with 13. This is the real time 13. Write down vendor document, number range key 13, reverse document type KA, and select the checkbox customer. And here also intercompany. Okay, any questions to you? So click on save, click on save, back button. So these K related all are vendor document types, right? So these are created by KN, whatever it is. The only 4 are standard. These are. So according to the requirement, people will create in practice, they will create it if they don't want to maintain. But in real time also, we are going to maintain KR, this one. Okay. Next one, we'll go with vendor, sorry, customer. So customer starts with DR. Write down, select DR, customer invoice. So click on select DR, click on execute button. Okay, here just uncheck that vendor, enter company, reverse document type DA. It will be there in your systems, in your server, because mine is everything is what do you call it? Refreshed in my server. So that's the reason I'm getting this thing. It's a blank, but in real time you will get this. So just write it down. Number range, DR, customer invoice. Okay, number range 18, reverse document type DA. Select a checkbox for asset customer. Over there in KR, we have selected vendor. Here we need to select customer. Except a vendor, we will select everything. So what is the other one we need to check here?
Reference
What is the other option we need to check here?
reference number.
Reference number, perfect. Same like your KR, we need to select DR also, reference number. It's a mandatory field. Okay, click on save button. Click on save button. Same like KG, we have a DG also here. DG. Select a DG, customer credit memo. Okay. See here, over there also vendor credit memo, and here customer credit memo. Okay, so we will have a clarity tomorrow on this. If you go through those recordings, you will get it. So reference number is not mandatory here. So write down DG, customer credit memo. There is no change in this. Number range key 16, reverse document type DA, assets, customer, material, GL. Why I am stressing here in the sense, over there also we call it as a vendor credit memo, and here we are calling it as a customer credit memo. So 101% if you are implementing something, and when you do implementation part and you are explaining this particular thing to your customer, your client, definitely he will raise 100 questions on this. 100 questions. Why vendor credit memo? Where you are selecting debit memo? And all those stuff. So that's the reason I have changed that to debit memo. If you have a knowledge on debit note, then definitely you will do it.
Okay,
So
please explain that tomorrow.
Sorry?
Please explain that tomorrow.
I didn't get you.
Please explain that tomorrow.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll explain tomorrow. If you have whatever knowledge you have, just put on the paper. I'm not denying that I won't explain, but we will see in depth. If you have any knowledge, you just put on the paper.
Sure.
Clear? Even though I have already explained that in depth. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Click on. So number range key. So next one, we will go with next document type. DZ or DZ, whatever you call. Customer payment. Click on details button. So customer, so here DZ, so here it is not AB again. So it's AB is related to GL. Okay, in real time, you will find this as an DA. And probably in your servers also, you will get the same thing. DA, assets, vendor, material. And I'm selecting customer and vendor. Just now we took an example. So whenever payment related to customer, same vendor becomes your customer or customer becomes your vendor, then we use this vendor versus customer or customer versus vendor. So select the checkboxes as it is. Select the checkboxes as it is. Here important is number range key, reverse document types, select customer checkbox, and the remaining will be the same. Same as above. Okay. Last but not least, one more document type, DA. Sorry, customer document DA. Click on execute. So here it is DA. So again, just check here. If it is AB, that is related to GL, not AR. So here we will select it as an DA, customer document, assets, vendors, material. Okay. And here it is 12, not 16. Because it took AB, that's the reason it has taken 12. But in your servers, probably you will find 12 only. If it is not 12, then change it to 12. Okay, intercompany postings. Just write it down. Okay, is this done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So click on save button. So we have defined document types for entry view. So next one, next step, define document types for entry view in a ledger. Entry view in a ledger. Path, write down path, same as above. Second step, path, same as above, till document types, define document types for entry view in a ledger. Define document types for entry view in a ledger. And we don't have any transaction code for this because it's a new GL concept. Okay. So here you can see here. So it is a table. V underscore FAGL underscore BL NR underscore LD. This is a table. And I'll tell you the importance of the table. I'll tell you the importance of the table when it is required, in the sense, whenever we are doing automation project, we are in automation project, means we are supporting automation team. At that particular point of time, definitely we need to remember few tables. I'll explain that how the automation project is going to work. For example, you are working as an end user. So some processes are migrating to automation. Clear? So as a consultant, what is your role? What are the things you need to provide to your testing team? Sorry, automation team. Okay. So write down. Define. What is the ledger we have? What is our company code?
Sorry, Naveen.
So we have created UX, right?
Yeah.
We have
UX,
created ledgers as an UX.
Yeah, UX, UI, UD.
So here, press new entries. new entries. Already we have created. So here, give the document type AR 98. And don't ask me when we have defined. If you practice, then definitely you know that. So all the document types, KG, KZ 98, KA 98. In the basic GL, new GL concept only I have explained this.
Yes, yes, yes.
DR 98, DG 98, DZ 98, DA 98. Write on this. Just write it down. Okay, click on save button. Repeat the same for another ledger. We have UI ledger, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Define document types. So here it's a UI. Yeah, we have UI. Two ledgers, right? Press new entries. So here we are going to use 99. KR 99. KG 99. Fine. KZ 99. KA 99. DR 99. DG 99. DZ 99. DA 99. So just write it down. So we have done the document types and document number ranges for the non-leading ledgers also, UX and UI. Once you're done, let me know.
Done, Naveen.
Okay, just click on save button. Next step. Next, third step, define document types for general ledger view. Define document types for general ledger view. So we know that we have two types of views. One is entry view, another one is a GL view, right? So write down define document types for general ledger view. So path, same as above. Path, same as above. Till document types. Till document types. From there select. From there select. Define document types for general ledger view. Define document types for general ledger view. Define document types for general ledger view. Okay. Select. So here, same thing. UX. Same non-leading ledgers we need to give. Okay. So press new entries. Okay, so here. So we have started with the vendor, right? KR. So we have already saw this number range keys. So 19, whether you remember or not, standard one, KG 17. Next one, KZ 15. And next one, KA 13. Similar way, DZ 16. So DR, right? First DR 18. DG 16. DG 16. DZ 14. Next one, DA 12. Just write it up. Just write it. Okay. So click on save button. One more. We have UI, right? UI, new entries. Okay, the same thing we are going to repeat. Sorry, KR. The number ranges will not get changed. 19. KG 17. Be careful while giving the number ranges. KZ 15. KA 13. The same thing. DR 18. DG 16. DZ 14. DA 12. Okay. Any questions here?
No, no.
So click on save button. Click on OK button. Okay, so we have done till here. Okay. Any questions still here?
No.
So we have done entry view in a ledger, and next we have completed up to general ledger view. Okay, so what we will do is we'll stop here itself for today, and tomorrow we'll continue with the next steps. Okay, copy to company code and all those stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So tomorrow session again, I'll let you, I'm saying it's very, very important because we are going to see the how to copy and all already we have seen. And tomorrow we will start to do the I'll give you the introduction of reconciliation accounts, how to create a reconciliation accounts. Clear? So what do you mean by reconciliation accounts? How it's going to be impact on normal GL accounts. Clear?
Okay.
Any questions here?
No.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.